Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. So, my weekend was busier than I thought, so I wasn't able to get to any more builds or repairs, but it is now Monday night, and let's see, we have one return in the mail. Control stick, controller. Let's see what's going on here. Apparently the one axis is not going up. So let's fire it up and see what's going on here. This is the one, this is actually a cool looking one. This one actually is, I like, is it's purple buttons. I don't know why yours is wibbly wobbly, but there you go. Nice purple one there. If anyone wants any custom colors, let me know. I carry quite a few on hand. When you go to order, I do stock opaque red, translucent blue, purple, gaudy yellow. I like to call this Atari orange. I actually like this color. I got one more color. And I have black buttons as well, which I don't have any of right now. But yeah, and of course the classic. This is the standard color button, so 6 different color buttons you can choose from. So yeah, if you ever want that, or if you want to like supply your own buttons, that's fine too. It's just a standard 30mm diameter hole, so it's your standard like Sanwa, or there's a lot of different brands of controller there. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Let's start with left stick. I think it was the left stick was what's causing the problem. I'll plug in the right stick since I'm in here anyway. I have a 4-port 5200, so it makes it easy. Now if you happen to own an Atari Max cartridge, if you hold down the lower of the 2 buttons, that while you turn on the Atari Max, gets you to the Cal screen. Alright, left, up. Yeah, so the right stick is in good shape here. Let's see, it's now right around 70. Oh, I can't see very well. Right around 70 right there. Right stick. Okay, so the pot is like disconnected on that one. Okay, so the left, center, right, that's alright. It's a little high. Okay, so this actually it sits right here. There's a, oop, can't see what I'm doing there. Right underneath here is the pot for the vertical, and you can see if I can get my hand over there just right. See that 14 right there? This should be swinging. Sorry, this should be swinging between positive and negative. So looks like I've got a little bit of separation there. Let's see what happened. So, thank you everyone. I just got 2 new orders in the last, well, an order about 5 days ago, and then another order today. I still haven't sent the email out to them yet. So let's see what's going on in here. So this guy. It looks okay. It's weird. Kind of cool. The way I have a setup now, I can actually disconnect in here like this. That's right, I got plenty of screws. I designed it now so I can disconnect here and internally. Little inside secret. Used to have a bunch of wiring blocks in here and circuit boards, but not anymore. It just goes straight to a DB15 connector. And the nice thing is you can now I meant it's just extension cables for Neo Geo. That's what they are. Neo Geo used the exact same connector. So this guy, I can plug you back in so I can look at this upside down. Isn't that cool? I can plug right in. And, oh yeah, there's how this works is there's a little coupling that goes between the potentiometer here and what used to be the potentiometer, so that got separated. This is unusual. I don't see that very often. See, sometimes it will slip, but not a complete detachment like that. Yes, that shouldn't have fallen off. I'm going to pause a second because I need to sneeze. I'll be right back. If I can find my mouse. Where's my mouse? Oh no. Really? I lost my mousey. Oh dear. Well, I'm not sneezing anymore, so that's alright. Why am I not getting my mousey? Light's green. Oh, there it is. That's weird. Hold on a second. I need to blow my nose. So, like I was saying, this part should be attached to this surface here. I wonder why it's attached. Usually it's wedged in there pretty darn well. This is what's this VH? What's this called? VHB. It's a very high bonding strength material here. Surprised. You can see how sticky it is still. See? That's alright. I'll cut a new piece. Very strange. I don't really have the reason I use I've tried E6000 adhesive. It has some flexibility, but it kind of wrecks the feel of the joystick, which I didn't really like. Using this HVS stuff gives you a much more it acts like a little bit of gives it just a little bit of flexibility, so you don't get a lot of drag. Because I tried the more solid adhesive, and I just didn't really like the feel of it much. See, I had a good bond on here because I remember roughing this up. I could see I hit it with the sandpaper or a file. Let me give a nice rough surface there. Okay, this guy. Recenter you. Where's my little wrench? I think you're it. Oh, I have a little wrench here somewhere. Ran off. There it is. Reset that. So that's set back in place. And I'm going to cut a fresh piece of HVS. I'm sorry, HVB. Very high bond strength. Real 3M. Ironically, it's, well, what's made in America? The connectors are. These fast-on connectors are. This stuff was made in the US, and I can't remember what else. Everything else is assembled here, but a lot of China, unfortunately. Not to get too political, but I really hope we don't get a president who wants to raise tariffs, because that would more or less ruin me, because my prices would go way way up. And I'd have a heck of a time manufacturing this at a reasonable price that people could afford. Sadly, some of these parts I can't get US manufacturers anyway. I'm going to rough up the surface of this a little bit since I'm here, just to make sure I get a little better bond. That's strange. Alright, so I'm going to turn this back to adjust this direction a little bit. Not super happy with that. Anyways, so let's see. And of course, I print all the 3D components in my basement. HVB is neat. The harder you push it, the better the bond you get. It's actually a chemical process. Microphone. Screws. Screws. Get some good preloading on there. And I can adjust the calibration. I think I'm going to redo the calibration for the left joystick in this, for the X as well. Yeah, like I was saying, though, it's like, if we get, I mean, 20% tariffs means I'd have to raise the price of everything 20%. That's a lot. And if you slap higher tariffs on there, that is not so good. See, I can feel why. Let's see. Screw this down. Alright. Still getting slippage on that. Came right off again. Why? Tell you what, I'm gonna go grab all my old couplers. I don't know why this one's being so naughty. What I'll do is see if I can pull this whole one off here. Sometimes you can get it off, sometimes you can't. Not getting very good bonding for some reason. There we go. Please hold the line. Alright, so I got my well and truly beaten cutting board here. This is how I usually cut these. I don't want too much overhanging because it'll actually drag against the inside of that pot housing. So let's see what's going on here. Alright, that's fine. The reason I'm using this cutting board is the HVB doesn't really stick to it very well, so I get a nice bond. Comes off of there. Hopefully I have enough room to maneuver this sucker. Alright. Alignment's good. Even though I accidentally unplugged it. plugged into the correct controller, it'd work better. Okay. Tell you what I'm going to do is loosen this nut up slightly. Maybe my vertical distance is messed. Honestly, I don't usually have to fight with these this much. Let's get close to 7 again. Real touchy. I can just barely get you in there. I was right. The vertical is a little off. That's why. All right. I add a little slop vertically so I can do that. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is screw this down. And I don't usually have a problem with those short couplings, but for some reason on this particular unit, it just didn't want to hold. I feel bad for all the people down in the south. Ooh boy. That is some seriously crappy weather with all those hurricanes. And they got another one heading towards Florida right now, which is not good. Right towards Tampa. Alright. Oh. Not bad for a blind cow. It's just a hair up, so let's get you too high. All right. Yeah, I'm not super happy with the X on this one either, so I'm going to be hitting that. So I need to go this way. Right hand roll. If you ever need to know which way a screw turns, use your right hand. And you turn your fingers in the direction and your thumb points the direction to where your screw is going to go. Also works in magnetic fields. For some reason the universe is right-handed. No idea why. Alright. That's good. You kind of let it freewheel. See how it snaps right back to 6D every time? That's how it should be. Alright, no slippage there. Alright, I'm going to adjust this Y-axis, X-axis just a touch because I'm not super happy about that. Let's see how we look here. Carefully tighten this back down. Not the easiest thing. Alright. There we go. Now we're just a hair low. Yeah. And it's just a tiny bit low. Alright, let's see if I can adjust that a little bit. Sometimes I can just turn it by hand just a tiny bit. There we go. Too far. There we go. just me tightening it down. It's enough to get it into. That's better. That's see how it snaps back to 6D every time? Well, a little hard to see in the corner, but it's getting there. There we go. Alrighty. Alright, that's fixed. Yeah, that was unfortunate. You can see there's a lot packed in here now. This is the latest version of my design. This is the dual stick. You can see it's literally two separate controllers connected together there. And let me tighten this down a little more. Probably tighten it more. There we go. Let's keep it from flopping around too much. But yeah, that's what's in there. Two joysticks, 4 pots. There's your Y-axis, X-axis, and your trigger and fire button. So I'm going to put it back together, do one final check on the cowl, and then I can return this. Dual stick. Yes, I made these a lot easier to service now since you can pull the whole thing apart. And if you ever want, if you have like one of the Andy controllers, the ones with the digital stick on there too, just be aware you have to have, if you're going to swap out, I don't care if people modify my controllers, you paid for it, it's your controller. Just be mindful that you have to have a digital joystick with 4 discrete micro switches. You can't have a common ground on it. And if you do have a common ground, you have to go in and cut the up left and the down right from each other. Alright, before we put the screws back on, let's plug her back in. Wife is making something with eggs. I can tell. I'm allergic to eggs, so it's kind of a pain, to be honest with you. There we go. Nice. Sweet. Let's put the screws back in, and then we're going to do a quick test of, oh yeah, one screw fell on the ground. Somewhere. That's easy enough. Believe it or not, I have a whole... Okay, so my OBS decided to crash on me, so I have to splice these two together. Oh well. Screws are back. I just turned on my microphone. I was listening to it and popping a bit. I apologize. Let's turn it down. Let's see. That's better. Sorry about the popping. These lav mics can be a little bit sensitive. Let's try a little try a little Robotron action here. There you go. I remember when I was a kid, one of my favorite arcade games was Smash TV. Similar concept with two joysticks going on here. Let's see. Oh. And like kind of neat Robotron was not like a really, I didn't really have any Robotron in my local arcades. That was a fun little game. Let's see, other ones. Space Dungeon. Oh, the nice thing about these controllers too is if you want if you just want, you feel like being cozy, it is two independent joysticks, so you can play two-player games on it at the same time. You're just gonna be pretty close to your friend or loved one. What was the name of that game? Was it Star? Wasn't Stargate? Crystal something? I can't remember. I thought it was an S name. That was Space Dungeon. Oh, Space Invaders. Let's go up a level. Ooh, Pengo. I love Pengo. Where'd you go? You have to test it. I thought that's what finished the round. I can't remember. Oh dear. I could have sworn that's what it did. Oh, it's been a while. Yeah, when I was growing up, we had what? Dig Dug? Dig Dug, Mr. 2. Let's see what we got here. Oh, actually, let me go up a level. I'm trying to remember the name of that game. It's driving me crazy. Stargate. Oh, I had a Space Dungeon. There it is. Yeah, I think that's the other two joysticker. Oops. Oh, jeez. Really hard game, though. Sheesh. You guys don't give up, do you? There we go. Yeah, fun. But yeah, that's dual stick's been repaired. Oh, I shrunk that too much. There we go. dual stick's been repaired. All that fun stuff. Oh, one thing I did want to announce was I'm going to be debuting a version of the refurbished controller or reworked controller. So what happens sometimes, I have something stabbing in my foot. Oh, that hurts. Okay. No, oh, still have it on my foot. Oh, there's a splinter in my foot. Oh dear. Alright, it's out. Alright, so what happens sometimes when I cut enclosures, I get this going on. This happens when the bit gets stuck, the router bit gets stuck in the material itself, and you get this material little whoopsie doodles on the surface. So for anyone who wants to save a little money, I did find this really nice material here, which is literally shelf liner, and covers up any kind of whoopsie doodles on the top, and you get yourself a nice controller for like 20 bucks off. So I'll be debuting those soon. So color choice is probably going to be random, just because I want to be able to clear out some old stock I have. So, but you can get yourself a nice controller. I'm thinking like 109 maybe. That's 20 bucks off, because these enclosures are about with tax about $19. So it lets me recoup a little bit of my scrap and clear out some of the old stock. But yeah, I'm gonna box this back up, and she goes back to, I think, Oregon. I think it's going a ways. But yeah, again, this, in case you've never seen one of these, this is an overlay compatible dual stick. So this is actually, the notches in here are compatible with your standard 5200 overlays. And this is the latest version with the pseudo stainless steel. I actually really like the look of the that shelf liner there, because it gives it a texture very similar to the original controller. I don't know if anyone has an opinion, maybe make that as an option for controllers going forward. I actually think it looks kind of cool. I think I'm going to build, I'm talking too fast, I'm going to build up one with that overlay material and of course the silver strip, see how that looks. But yeah, I might do that as a standard, not sure yet. It is a whole extra step, which I'm not a huge fan of doing. This, I just thought it looked cool. But everyone, thank you for watching, and now I have to go off and edit a video because OBS crashed. Oh well. Everyone have a great evening, and stay safe out there in the south. If you're on low ground, please get the high ground. That is some scary stuff.